Find help, get connected. The American Migraine Foundation.
High school football on SWX presented by Inland Power and Light Company, powering our communities since 1937. The Lakeland Hawks and the Lake City Timberwolves facing off here in Rathdrum, Idaho. Alongside Cole Carstetter, our entire SWX crew, I'm Grady Glover. The Lakeland Hawks getting the first win of the season out of the way, 41-0 against Bonners Ferry. Cole, let's just start with Lakeland. Obviously super important to get that first win under the belt, but also an impressive season last year and trying to build off it.
Yeah, definitely trying to build off it. When Coach Schroeder, after their 41-0 win last week, said, you know, they want to try to stay as balanced as possible, controlling that line of scrimmage, you know, passing and running. They really want to try to work on being a really well-balanced team this year.
Showed that off last week, 3 touchdowns through the air, 2 through the ground. And as we shift sides, looking at Lake City, third-year head coach Byron Hout said he wants to get this team back to where they once were. Last year, 4-6 record, 0-3 in league, but a lot of promising players returning. They have a new quarterback, Britton Johnston, the junior, coming in, and obviously this game starts off what could eventually be a really successful season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, a lot of new faces out there, a lot of guys that, you know, will have to end up going out there and earning a spot and earning, you know, a win tonight. They're facing a really, really formidable opponent.
So we got the Lakeland Hawks and the Lake City Wolves coming up here on SWX. Starting lineups and opening kickoff coming up after the break.
This week, we are super excited about our 3-4-5 holiday sale at Findlay Downtown Toyota, where you can save $3,000 off our popular Tacoma trucks. Or check out our large selection of RAV4s, where for just $444 down, you can lease one for $400 a month. And if you want a tough-loaded Tundra truck, how does $5,000 off sound? But you better hurry to save this big, because this 3-4-5 sale ends Monday.
Before the world wakes up to take on a new day, Inland Power is already hard at work to ensure your day begins brightly. For us, our mission is our members. From the rolling hills of the Palouse to the forested lands of Spokane County and everywhere in between, Inland Power is committed to one primary goal: serving you. Inland Power and Light, energizing our communities since 1937.
Hi Spokane Valley, I'm Dr. Gary Fillmore, and I've got some exciting news. Eye Consultants is now in your neighborhood. Our brand new eye clinic is officially open, built to bring you the highest quality eye care right here at home in Spokane Valley. From cataract surgery to life-changing LASIK surgery, our expert team uses the latest technology to provide you clear and comfortable vision. Whether you're thinking about ditching your glasses or just need a checkup, we're here for you with personalized care you can trust. Visit our website or give us a call today to schedule your appointment. We're proud to be part of the Spokane Valley community, and we can't wait to see you.
High school football on SWX presented by Inland Power and Light Company, powering our communities since 1937. Just moments away from kickoff. Lakeland wins the toss. They defer. So Lake City and new quarterback Britton Johnston going to be getting his first drive and his first start of his high school career. Number 5 going to be kicking it off for Lakeland, Parker Sterling. Lake City back, Caden Toney back to receive. Well, we were talking during the break just about how important it is. Obviously, Lake City hasn't played a game this year, so just how important is it this first drive, come out, get something going. mean, Lakeland didn't allow a single point last week against Bonners Ferry, so obviously going to be pivotal for Lake City to start hot.
Yeah, it's going to be really important. I mean, it starts right here, getting sticky on these blocks down the field and getting a first down to start the game.
So it's a pooch kick to start, lands at the 30 and is going to roll out of bounds. Flag gets thrown, and Lake City will retain possession and start their drive. Lake City offense, Britton Johnston, the junior, his first start. Behind him at running back is going to be Braden Van Leuven, also a junior. Receivers, Preston Beamsdorfer, Landon Levesque, Jacob Hill, and Caden Toney. Going to see a lot of them. They're looking to throw the ball around the yard. And out comes Britton Johnston for his first drive here as a Lake City Timberwolf. Lakeland defense last week, no points allowed to Bonners Ferry, looking to keep that going. Anchored by Will Peed, their middle linebacker for Lakeland, one of their captains as well. Got two receivers split out right, one left. Single back, Braden Van Leuven in the backfield. And here we go, Britton Johnston under center. And right away, a penalty flag thrown. We'll see if that was a jump off by Lakeland. Appears that it was.
Yeah, and that speaks to Coach Hout and, the well-versed team. You know, they're excited. First play, a hard count to start the game, puts them in great position.
Now 1st and 5 from the 40. Johnston looks back, looks left, pressured, and he's brought down in the backfield in to make the tackle for Lakeland. And it's a sack to start the game. Cash Lund, number 80, wide receiver and linebacker, comes in, and the big drop behind the line brings up a 2nd and 16.
Yeah, it's tough there, to come out, get that penalty to start and get backed up here on 2nd down. They got some headwind up front.
Lakeland making their own momentum there as Johnson's back with it. Going to hand off to Van Leuven. Van Leuven sheds a tackle, but too many yellow hats there, just a gain of 2. And it'll bring up a long 3rd down and 14. Got to talk to head coach Schroeder earlier this week, and he said kind of what we just saw. He loved the effort and the energy that we saw there on that 2nd play, but the untimely mistakes and the penalties are what he did not like against Bonners Ferry. Obviously, they got the result that they wanted, but something they wanted to clean up. Clearly, first play of the game there, not quite what Schroeder probably wants to see, but happy to get Lake City backed up here 3rd and 14. 4 receivers set, 2 left, 2 right here for Johnston. 3rd and 14, needs to get to the 45 to move the chains. Johnston claps, takes the snap, looks left, going deep. Single coverage, but it's thrown out of bounds. Is looking for senior Jacob Hill, but the coverage there from Siler Bauer was all over him. We'd expect a punt here, 4th and 14 coming up.
Yeah, Siler did a great job bracketing the receiver there, number 18. That's Jacob Hill. Did a good job at, forcing him to the sidelines, walling him off. Brings out a punt for the Lake City Wolfpack.
Paxton Grant back to punt for Lake City. And it's Jace Taylor set to receive for Lakeland. Penalty flag is thrown. Kick is off. Lands at the 40. Taylor is going to scoop it at the 30. Reverses field up to the 35. Sheds a couple tackles and brought down at the 39 of Lakeland. We'll see what the penalty flag is there. Impressive start for the Lakeland defense coming out quick. 3 and out. And now we wait on the penalty. Legal formation there from Lake City. We'll see if they repunt. I believe they'll just take it at the end of the return. They're going to take it at the end of the play, move them up 5 yards, and they'll start at the 40. So Peyton Hillman set to come out here leading the Lakeland offense last week. Pretty impressive outing. 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Jace Taylor, his favorite receiver. Another one to Cash Lund, who had that sack just a moment ago. 2 receivers split out right for Hillman. From the 40, handoff. Goes to Sardina. Sardina probing, but just gets a yard. Peyton Sardina, the senior running back, brings up 2nd and 8.
I think we're going to have a pretty good battle in the trenches tonight. You know, both sides are getting pretty good pressure up front. Curious to see who ends up wearing out quicker as this game continues to get into the later quarters.
It doesn't seem like either team's getting a crazy big push so far. We'll see if that begins to change. Second down and 8 from the 42. Snap back to Hillman, another handoff. This time it's to Tamani. Tamani gets around the edge. He's cut down at the opponent 36-yard line. Gain of 20 for Griffin Tamani. Just takes it through the hole, cuts left, and he's up the sidelines.
Yeah, that was a great job there to be patient, let it opened up, and had a bunch of running room up the sideline.
Gain of 23 brings up a first down and 10 from the 35. 4 receiver set out. Tamani in the backfield. Hillman takes a snap. Quick, throws it over to Jace Taylor. Taylor makes one man miss, but quickly coming in for the tackle is number 3, Caden Oxenrider, the corner for Lake City. Just a gain of 2. Second down and 8 upcoming, and we've seen already Peyton Sardina and Griffin Tamani splitting the workload in the backfield, both capable running backs. Sardina looking good early, and then Tamani busting off the 23-yard run. It is Tamani in the back here. Bunch set. Hillman takes the snap. Handoff Tamani up the middle. This time he's bottled up. A whole pack of Wolves there for no gain. Going to bring up third down.
Yeah, that was a good push by the Wolfpack defensive lineman. Lakeland really likes running off the left-hand side there. We'll see if they continue to go to that left-hand side behind those pulling guards as the game progresses.
So Hillman now faced with a third and 8. Got 2 receivers left, 2 right. Hillman takes a snap, looks left, throws left. Got his receiver, but he skips it to him. Was trying to find his man Jace Taylor, but instead it's a 4th down and 8. Kind of in no man's land here, Cole. 4th and 8. Don't think that, most high school kickers, this would be a 53-yard or 52-yarder. Don't think you have that in the bag, so got to assume that they might be looking at going for this.
Yeah, and the quarterback's going to be Peyton Hillman's going to be kicking himself. If you can get 3 or 4 yards, make this 4th down conversion a little bit more manageable, would have been huge there.
So 4th down and 8. Hillman takes a snap. Pressure coming up. It flushes out right, but he's brought down. Cade Flederman, the senior captain, makes the stop. He's fired up, dragged down at the 38. And that ball's going to go back to the Lake City Timberwolves. And that gives us time for tonight's Keys to the Game, presented by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest with game day grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best.
Yeah, we're looking for Lake City. I think a key component is going to be to win that turnover battle tonight. The more interceptions, the more forced fumbles you can, come away with, you give yourself the best chance to win tonight. And then establishing a run game early will really allow Britton Johnson to really open up that passing game. We're seeing a good run right here by number 6. That's Cade Flenderman to set off this. And then for the Lakeland Hawks, controlling that line of scrimmage. We talked a little bit about balancing that run and pass game early and then getting off to a quick start. They did a good job, getting down into enemy territory, but couldn't quite, get across the finish line there on that first series.
So Flederman makes the stop on 4th down. They give the ball right back to him, and he gets him across midfield. First down from the 46. Johnston back to Flederman one more time. Actually, that's Ike Johnson on the carry, number 5. Another good chunk there. Gain of 5 brings up second down. Cash Lund in on the tackle once again. A lot of these players obviously playing both ways here. Cade Flederman listed as a linebacker. Had him in there at running back for a big gain, and now it's back. Ike Johnson in the backfield. Johnston, 3 receivers to his right. Second down and 6. Snap to Johnson. Play action. Gets it out, but instantly there to make the tackle is Jaron Yeager, number 12, senior for Lakeland. Trying to make anything going there is Landon Levique, but he could not get it going, and it's 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, couldn't quite shake the tackler there. Lakeland's doing a good job at, staying keyed into their assignments. There's a lot going on in that RPO option, as far as the dive, the quarterback run option, along with the bubble pass. They had every avenue cleared there to get that receiver taken down.
Johnston looking like he has no time to throw as soon as he looked up from that play action, had some defenders in his face there, so brings up a 3rd down and 6. Snap to Johnson. He's going to roll out left now. Could run for it. Throws it to the sideline. Caught right at the boundary. Preston Beamsdorfer. That's going to move the chains. Caught at the 35.
Yeah, they brought a A-gap blitz up the middle. Johnston did a great job moving away from pressure and finding his receiver out on the left-hand side.
I feel like for so many high school quarterbacks, rolling out to the off-handed side is so difficult, but cross-body throw right on the money there, and Beamsdorfer hauls it in, gets to the ground, make the secure catch, move the chains. Down to the 35 of Lakeland is Lake City. Got a fullback in now, does Lake City, going with the heavier set, just one receiver. Johnston under center, takes the snap. Handoff, and wrapped up immediately is the Lake City running back. No room to run there as Lakeland is all over that one. Cade Flederman once again comes in to take the handoff, but just no running room. Joey Cooper in for the tackle, the first one through. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Let's see if they decide to stay under center here, if they go back to shotgun. It seems like they're having a little bit more success spreading these guys out versus packing the box and trying to run it on the Lakeland defensive line.
Yeah, Lakeland seems super aggressive. They've been making them pay there when they're trying to get the run play. Here's Johnston, play action. Here comes the pressure again. Trying to get rid of it. Was looking for his receiver, Jacob Hill, but pressure once again from Lakeland immediately after the snap. There in the backfield, Broxton Lukey forcing him to get rid of that one.
Yeah, they brought more edge pressure. Lakeland's really heating them up off the corners here. Would like to see Johnson just take an extra second there at the line of scrimmage, identify what he's got coming in his direction. They seem to really want to heat him up tonight with the blitzes.
Johnson's first time as a quarterback, obviously first time starting here for varsity, so I mean, you'd assume that Lakeland, that was their game plan all week, going in trying to fluster him, make him make quick decisions, and hope he can make a mistake.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now we got a 3rd down and 10 from the 35. Got to hope you can get 5 yards if you're looking to go for it on 4th down, but obviously they want to get it all right here. Johnson, 3 receivers to his right. Takes the snap, looking right. Looked like he wanted to go deep there. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Wide open receiver. Gets it to his guy, 14, Landon Levesque, at the sticks, and it's enough for another Wolves first down.
Levesque probably would have walked in with the score there if he would have stayed on his feet. There was no one in the middle of the field here. Good job by Johnston to find him, but I think that could have went for 7 if he would have kept his feet.
Nate Bavakwa was in the backfield. Good job there from Johnston to evade the pressure. But like you said, we've seen 2 receivers now just go down when they make the catch to make sure they haul it in, but looked like he had a lot of room to run there. Either way, first down inside the 25. Johnston, handoff to Flederman around the left side, but he is dragged down by Jax Steinborn. Number 99 comes in there to make the tackle. Tried to get the edge, did Flederman, but a great pursuit tackle there from Steinborn.
Yeah, that defensive line continues to be dominant. They're running this 3-4 defense, mixing in a lot of pressures from the linebackers. The Wolfpack seems to have a hard time picking guys up, and Lakeland's doing a really good job at stretching out the field and chasing the running backs down tonight.
Lake City with a more spread approach here, maybe trying to counteract that. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Lakeland once again showing pressure. Snap, handoff right up the middle. Goes Ike Johnson. Picks up a couple. Good run there to the 20-yard line. Gain of 6, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Lake City. If you're head coach Byron Hout, obviously Johnston's first time as a quarterback, just, you're trying to get him some, it looked like maybe early on some easy completion, some handoffs, get him comfortable in the game, but as they get to 3rd down, they're forcing him to throw it down the field, but he's making some plays early.
Yeah, we'll see if he seems to be doing pretty well as he's rolling out and kind of moving off of that pocket. We'll see if they try to, come down to this right-hand side of the field here and find his receiver. Number 14 has been his safety blanket the last 2 drives.
He's looking at Levesque right here before the snap. Takes the snap, looks right now, going to the end zone, wants Jacob Hill. Hill almost brings it in. No flags. Siler Bauer on the coverage, and it'll bring up 4th down from the 20. Good one-on-one battle there between Hill and Bauer. Both of them going for the ball there in the end zone.
Yeah, maybe just left that pass a little short. Receiver had that defensive back beat. Would like to see him put it into the end zone and let his receiver lay out for that.
So now we got 4th down and 6. They need the 14-yard line of Lakeland. Ball sitting on about the 19 and a half. And they're going to want to talk it over. Lake City takes a timeout. 1:53 left in the first quarter, as both teams will run to the sideline. As we look at just the first quarter in general, kind of what have you, liked from Lake City? Obviously, seems like through one quarter, they've been controlling it on offense this one drive, knocking some time off the clock and converting multiple 3rd downs.
Yeah, what I've seen is as long as the Wolfpack is able to stop or pick up the defensive lineman, Johnston has had a ton of success on the scramble drill, finding receivers that are getting open later in his progression. So I think it's really up to the Wolfpack's offensive line to really slow these guys down and control that line of scrimmage tonight.
We'll see if they bring the offense back out. Looks like they will. And joining the Inland Empire Football Officials Association allows you to participate in the community, flexibility in scheduling your games, receive timely payments, experience networking and advancement opportunities. Organized training is provided. Your chance to be on the field is a QR code click away at IEFOA.com. We hope you decide to join us. 4th down and 6. Lake City brings the offense back out. Johnson, 1 receiver right, 2 left.
Look, you're going to get another blitz up the middle here.
Rolls him out to the right. It's what he's wanted. He can run with it if he wants. He's going to choose to. Gets around the edge and looks like he's got enough. Cash Lund runs him out at the 10-yard line, and it'll bring up a 1st down for Lake City.
Yeah, Johnson just did a great job at doing it himself there. All his receivers were open. Lakeland did a great job covering everyone man-to-man there. Gets to scoot out here and just outruns the safety and the linebacker to get the 1st down.
Looks like Lake City knew that Lakeland was going to bring the pressure there. Immediately rolls out Johnston, and just the perfect play call. Had a one-on-one with Lund and gets just enough to pick up the 1st down. They drop the chains. 1st down and goal from the 10 for Lake City. Minute 44 left in the first quarter. Johnston takes the snap. Hands off Ike Johnson. Runs right into a Lakeland defender. That's Will Peed, senior linebacker, there to make the initial stop. No gain. Peed, just an incredible story. Plays middle linebacker and also offensive tackle. You don't see that too often in high school football.
Yeah, he did a great job there being patient, letting those kind of blocks develop. He's seeing the same thing as far as that gap opening up as the running back there. So did a great job scraping over the top and, making a hard-nosed tackle right in the A-gap.
You also said you're a fan of his mullet there.
Big fan of the mullet. Seems to be in style for this class of 2025.
2nd down and goal from the 10. Johnston. Design quarterback run. Picks up a couple. Dragged down at the 7. Looked like he was a little hesitant on that one, maybe waiting for his blocks to develop, but not running full speed there. Defenders catch up to him just a gain of 3.
Yeah, we'll see it maybe here on the replay. If he was waiting for that pulling guard to get out there in front of him, but did look like he didn't hit that, 100% downhill.
Yeah, running short side of the field there as well. Bring up 3rd down and goal inside the 10 now from the 7-yard line, looking to get on the board, score the first touchdown that Lakeland will have allowed all season if they can get on the board here. Just 15 seconds left in this first quarter. Johnson takes the snap, looks left, 3 receivers left. Now he's flush. He's just going to throw it up, a one-on-one, and that one almost intercepted by Lakeland's Broxton Lukey. Great defensive play there, and they get the stop, brings up 4th down.
Yeah, they were trying to go with the smash route there where the number 3 receiver takes an arrow out to the corner. Braxton did a great job defending him and going up and making a play. Could have honestly been an offensive pass interference.
That's what it looked like. It was Caden Toney there trying to make the catch there for Lake City, kind of dragged Lukey down. Lukey was in a much better position to make a play on that ball. Now we'll bring up 4th down from the 7-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get one more play before the end of the first quarter. Got about 6 seconds left here.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Lakeland crowd trying to will their team to make a 4th down stop. Here's Johnson, play action, looks right, got his man, throws it to him, and it's a touchdown. Number 22 with the catch, Ryan Salisbury, the tight end. Touchdown Lake City, the first score of the year for Lake City, and the first one allowed by Lakeland.
Yeah, I think they got him right off the line of scrimmage there. You know, thought he might be blocking, you know, as he's rolled out there, but just snuck off. Linebacker got caught up in the mix or the wash a little bit for a touchdown.
Caden Oxenrider on for the extra point. Knocks it through, runs off the field, and it's 7-0 Lake City with the first touchdown. That also ends the first quarter. Back with more high school football action on SWX after the break. High school football on SWX is brought to you in part by Findlay Downtown Toyota on 3rd Street. If you're looking to score the best deals on your favorite Toyotas, come to Findlay. And by Top Dog Plumbing and Drain, locally owned and operated. Our pledge is to bring you unmatched service and expertise for your home or business. Don't settle for a good dog. Go for the top dog. 7-0 Lake City on top after the touchdown by that man right there, Ryan Salisbury, the tight end. He's fired up after scoring that one. 7-0 Lake City on top, kicking off back to Lakeland, trying to respond. Caden Oxenrider got the boys ready. Kick is deep. Cash Lund back, catches it at the 10. Wants to go left here to the wide side of the field, past the 20, across the 25. Got some blockers across the 35, up towards the 40. And a great return as he's run into the Lake City sideline. Sets up the Hawks in great field position.
Yeah, great return by Cash there. Waited for his blockers to kind of, approach those or, absorb those blocks about 10 yards ahead of him, and then found some space off the left-hand side.
That'll bring out Peyton Hillman in the Lakeland offense for the second series of the game.
Looks like we're going to get a holding penalty on that far side to negate the long return by Cash.
And that's exactly what head coach Schroeder was talking about. Too many penalties, and he said that his offensive line had too many mistakes last week in their win against Bonners Ferry, and that one wipes out about 20 yards of return there as they'll be set up now on the 24-yard line. Going in. Peyton Hillman now. Got Peyton Sardina with him in the backfield. One receiver left, one right. Hillman takes a snap. Direct handoff. Sardina. And he's hit hard by Lake City's Caden Oxenrider, the kicker, and then he goes in and lays the boom there on first down.
Yeah, laying the boom is an understatement. He stopped him right in his tracks for a 2-yard gain.
Oxenrider making his presence felt there. Just a gain of 2 as Sardina had a little bit of momentum and then stopped right there. Hillman runs back out, gives him the play call. 2nd down and 8 upcoming. 11:15 left, second quarter. Now 3 running backs in the backfield. Another handoff. This one to Tamani. Tamani got a good hole there, working through his blockers, and he's up to the 32-yard line, and it brings out 3rd down and 3.
They've had some success on the ground the last 2 run plays. If I were Lakeland, I might just keep it on the ground here, and consistently try to drive that ball across the first down. They haven't had a ton of success through the air. Looks like they're going to line up in that A-frame formation under center.
They got 2 fullbacks back. They're going to go pitch left. This one to Sardina. Another tough hit right at the first down line. Looks to be... One ref is saying that it's enough. The other one's marking 4th down. They're going to give him the first down right at the 35. A good second effort there from Sardina. And he gets that one for the first down.
Yeah, Caden is coming downhill. I am very, very impressed by number 3's ability to, come down as a post player and stop that linebacker or the running back in his tracks.
That was Tamani there on the first down run, and Oxenrider with another big hit, but it's a first down for Lakeland. Hillman takes the pass, throws it out to Cash Lund, and who else? One more time, Oxenrider seems to be everywhere.
Oxenrider is everywhere on this drive. He's going to be tired once he comes off the field.
Playing kicker, making 3 tackles here on the drive, brings up a 2nd down and 4 for Lakeland. You'd think after a while here they're going to have to keep throwing it to the opposite side of the field to where Oxenrider's at.
Yeah, I would stay away from him at the moment. He has been the best player on this series so far.
Hillman now in the shotgun. 2nd down and 4. 3 receivers left. Snap. Handoff. Goes to Tamani. Tamani rips through one arm tackle. Keeps pushing. Now the line gets behind him and push him out to the 49. Got stopped about the 45-yard line, and then the big boys get behind him and push him up to the 49. It's a first down, Hawks.
Yeah, the running backs are doing a good job at not stopping their feet on contact. You saw on that 3rd down play, he was able to, get 1 or 2 extra yards to get the first down, and then there you just saw it again. Their offensive line rallied behind him, got him across the first down yardage.
But Kyan Blomer, number 99 for Lake City, was there, got his arms on him, but like you said, Tamani just keeps on trucking. Gets the first down, ball up to the 49. Another bunch formation here for Lakeland. Snap, play action, throws out Jace Taylor. Missed tackle, but a shoestring will bring down Jace Taylor. Tackle made by Carter Ingebretson. Lake City defenders, these DBs are getting downhill fast, Cole, able to make a couple plays in the backfield.
Yeah, they're definitely flying around. Lakeland's doing a good job at, bunching the formations, getting into A-frame, spreading them out in the spread formation. They're getting a ton of different looks, and they're really forcing them to move all over the field. and chase down these ball carriers.
Yeah, it looks like Lake City wants to talk over what Lakeland's been doing on offense. They take a timeout, so we'll step aside with them. 8:20 left in the second quarter. We'll be back with more second quarter action after the break. Tonight's coverage of high school football on SWX brought to you in part by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest with game day grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best. 8:20 left, second quarter. Lake City still with a touchdown lead as the Lakeland Hawks here on their second offensive possession worked it across midfield, second down and 8 as the Hawks come right up on the ball, snap it back. Hillman, pressure in his face, has to roll out right, looks to throw deep, instead drops it off to Jace Taylor. Tackle there from Lake City's Dayton Fletcher, but a quick gain brings up a third down and short.
Yeah, Hillman was able to do a good job at avoiding the pressure, finding his open target, had a crossing pattern there, turned into a little bit of a scramble drill, but they're doing a good job. Obviously, they started the quarter here, chewed up quite a bit of clock, but really kind of controlling this drive at the moment.
Now they find themselves in a third down and 3. 3 running backs in the backfield, handed up to Tamani. Tamani sticked one more time, Oxenrider, but I think he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, Oxenrider's testing their will right here. That's about the third or fourth huge hit that he's put on these running backs. But to their credit, they keep coming back. They keep fighting for yards. This is a really smash-mouth football game.
Oxenrider sitting back there playing safety, but up at the line of scrimmage for almost every play and going out in man-on-man coverage as well. But it's first down at the 40 of Lake City for the Hawks. Peyton Hillman takes a snap, looks left, quick throw out to Cash Lund. Lund picks up a block around the left side, drugged out, and then he gets around that one too, and he's down all the way to the 20-yard line. Gain of 20 on the quick screen play. Cash Lund with the catch and run.
Yeah, great block here by number 3 to kind of absorb Oxenrider, who's been all over the place. Gets him sealed inside. Cash is able to work to the outside and lose that leverage.
Liam McFarland finally pushes him out of bounds there for Lake City, but a gain of 20, ball down to the 22-yard line. Hillman, 2 receivers left, back at it. Play, hands it off there. This time, Lake City is there to make the stop. A little handoff with the fake throw there from Hillman, but not fooling the Wolves. Stop made by number 11, Damian Brown, for Lake City. No gain. Brings up second down and 10. We go back to that screenplay. Jace Taylor making that good block. Taylor, the leading receiver, but showing he's not afraid to get dirty, throw a block for his boy Cash Lund there.
Yeah, no, definitely not scared to take on the safeties flying down.
Second down and 10 now. Hillman takes a snap, looks right, got 3 receivers right, going to throw the out route, diving catch. Cash Lund, they're going to give it to him, Just a couple yard gain, but a full extension from Lund to bring that one in.
Great concentration here. Takes a lot of focus to go out there, extend it.
Gets his arms under it to make the catch. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Hawks. 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Both these teams loving these long drives, just chewing the clock. Just the second drive of the game for Lakeland as Hillman takes the snap. Play action, throws another one to Cash Lund, another screen, slips through a couple tackles, but then is brought down by Paul Kervonen. Number 71, the defensive tackle, gets out there to make the tackle on Lund. And now we have a decision here for head coach Mike Schroeder. 4th down and a few. Got to assume that the Hawks are going to go for this one.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for it. You know, neither team has had much success in this down and distance. You know, I would imagine Cash Patel is going to be a target here if they decide to go for it here on this 4th down.
And they want to talk this one over, so they're going to take a timeout as well. Lakeland takes a timeout. 4:44 left in the second corner. And with 4:44 left in this one, Coldest, what do you think you want to see here on this 4th down?
I think that they've had, you know, quite a bit of success with the quarterback rolling out to his right-hand side. So I would hope to see one more of those smash concepts or arrow concepts out of your receivers here and keep the ball in the air.
Yeah, it seems like they want to maybe, you know, keep the ball in Hillman's hands. Obviously, the running game has been working, but Auction Riders come down on pretty much every one of these 3rd and 4th down stops and put a big hit on. They've been able to convert a few of them. But we'll see if they decide to do that. Maybe keep it with Hillman, roll him out so he can run it or throw it.
Yeah, and we'll see, you know, pre-snap here. Hopefully, you know, he can identify what he's getting beforehand and then maybe make a subtle adjustment here if it is a pass play to get it out quicker or have these receivers identify, you know, what's coming at him.
So Hillman comes out. He's got blocker, 2 fullbacks with him, and then Tamani. Looks like it's going to be a run. It's another pitch left. Tamani hit right by Flederman at the line to gain. Going to depend on the spot. Lake City looks like they're flying off like they stopped him. We'll see. They mark it at the 8-yard line. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Cade Flederman comes in to make the stop. Lake City holds, and Lakeland will have to go back on defense. Lake City holds 7-0 your score, 4:36 left in the second quarter. High school football on SWX brought to you in part by Titan Truck Equipment, Northwest family-owned. Outfit your truck by visiting us in Spokane Valley and follow Titan Truck on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And by ServPro of Spokane County. If your home or business is ever damaged by fire, water, or an unexpected incident, trust the pros at ServPro of Spokane County to make like it never even happened. 4:36 left second quarter. A great drive by Lakeland, but they're turned away, and back comes Britton Johnston and the Lake City offense backed up in their own end zone here. Quick throw out to Levesque for a quick gain.
Yeah, right on time. That was a good pitch and catch to his receiver. Long throw out there. Gets the drive started. Get a little bit of a rhythm as the clock starts to wind down here in the second quarter.
I've seen such long drives. Seems like 4.5 minutes might not be enough time for either of these guys to get all the way down the field.
Yeah, we'll see here. They're definitely going to have to keep it in the air. That way, if they do get an incomplete pass, they can stop the clock. They've used 2 timeouts thus far, so they're running low in that department.
Ball at the 20, second down and 4 for Lake City. 3 receivers left. Johnson looks that way. Gonna throw it deep. Looks like he's got a man, but he can't find the ball. And Preston Beamsdorfer was looking for it there, but so was Jace Taylor. Taylor, a good receiver for Lakeland, playing DB there, but looked like he was trying to just go get that one himself.
Yeah, another A-gap blitz there. They brought the pressure right up the middle. Didn't have time to really set his feet, let that one sail out on him.
And 51 Will Pede there up the middle linebacker for the pressure. Puts Johnston on his back there, brings up a 3rd down and 4. If you can get a stop here, if you're Lakeland, be huge. Try and go score. You get the ball out of halftime as well. Try and get the 2 for 1 here, but got to start it with a stop. 3rd down and 4, under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Johnston, 3 receivers left. Play action. Looking left, drifting back, now rolls out right, pressure to him. All the way back, almost at his own goal line. He's just going to have to heave this one out of bounds. It's incomplete, brings up a 4th down, and you got to assume that Lake City's going to punt.
Yeah, definitely going to bring the punt team out here. Interesting play call there. They're setting up on the short side of the field, ran a button hook over here on the field side, really long throw. Lakeland's been pressuring him significantly, this drive. So given the ball back here with 3:40 left, I'm surprised that, they didn't elect to get something like a quick pass and keep the clock running.
4th down now as Paxton Grant toes his own goal line. Gets the kick just off, but it's a short one. It's going to land at about the 45, but it does take a Lake City bounce across midfield all the way down to the 49 of Lakeland. That is where it will stop. 3:29 left in the second quarter. Lakeland takes back over, and if you're head coach Mike Schroeder, that's exactly what you wanted to see there. Almost no time comes off the clock, and although you did get turned away last possession, you're right back on the field with your offense.
Yeah, and we'll see kind of what they decide to do here. Had a bunch of success running the football, really grinding, on those second chance efforts by Tremonti to go get first downs. But we'll see what they elect to do here, coming out with 3:29 left in the second quarter.
Also interesting to note the way that they call their plays is Peyton Hillman, the quarterback, runs all the way to the sideline, gets the play every time. So running no huddle, maybe they have a package for it. We haven't seen it yet today. So running these plays quickly with just 3.5 minutes left and 51 yards to go to the end zone could be difficult for him. Shifting a couple tight ends over, snap, and it's a direct run here for Hillman around the left side, short side, but he's got a little bit of room. He's across the opponent's 40. He's finally cut down, knocked out of bounds at the opponent's 33, but it's a gain of 18 yards, and he might have gotten out of bounds as well. The clock stops.
Yeah, shifting those 2 tight ends over to the other side created an unbalanced formation. The Wolfpack didn't pick up that extra gap, and they brought 2 more bodies over along with the QB run to gain the advantage up the left side.
Hillman looks to be not quite as mobile as Britton Johnson, but right there, big frame on Hillman, was able to turn the corner, pick up some speed, and he's a tough guy to bring down when he gets going. Now 1st down and 10 from the 36. He's way back. He's going to drop it off. Cash Lund right across the middle with the catch. Gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for Lakeland. Ball at the 29. Hillman comes back out with the next play call. Making quick work here, just 30 seconds off the clock. They've already brought it inside the Lake City 30. Ball to 29, but the last couple of drives has been where they've stalled out. Got 3 receivers right. Hillman takes a snap, looks that way, loads up, throws it. Another one caught by Cash Lund. Another big hit there by the Lake City defense. Brought down there by Carter Engebretson. And we're going to have a 3rd down and 2 from the 25 as we tick under 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, good drop back pass there. Hopefully they, continue to spread them out here. They've had a lot of success this drive. We'll see if maybe they go back to the legs of Hillman here. They had success to open up the drive, to start it here.
So it is a 3rd down and 3 for Lakeland.
Here's that unbalanced formation again.
They moved the 2 tight ends again. Lake City sees it, and they had so much success on the last play on that one, they want to talk this one over. So Lake City takes their last time out. 1:58. We're under 2 minutes here in the 2nd quarter, and this part of the game brought to you by Perfection Tire and Auto Repair. Nobody beats perfection. What is so difficult about, you see, you bring those 2 tight ends over, obviously only seen it one time, but worked perfectly, 18-yard gain from Hillman there. Just how difficult is it to, you know your man, but then 2 guys get shifted over to the opposite side of the field?
Well, the other thing to keep in mind, too, is, when the quarterback's running the ball, you have your running back as a lead blocker. There's 8 gaps in football, but when that quarterback runs it and you pick up an extra blocker with the 2 tight ends in motion, you're just creating more hats, in your favor to pick up more guys against the Wolfpack there. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get, a corner and a safety to not recognize that they need to motion over and, match them head for head.
Looked like that's what they were maybe looking to run there on the 3rd and short. Lake City sees it. Head coach Byron Hout calls a timeout. So we'll rerun it here. 3rd down and 3. 1:58 left. Lake City up. What touchdown, 7-0.
Let's see if they go back to it. Here they come again. So watch this offside safety here. He's going to have to fill it if the quarterback decides to run.
He keeps it himself, and now they go weak side with the run. Hillman goes right off the inside of the left tackle, and it's another big gain, and it brings up a 1st down and 10 from the 16.
Great kick out block there by the offside tight end there. The defensive lineman had him in his crosshairs, and he was able to kick him out, just buy him enough time to get up the field.
Is 65, Aiden Hizo with the block there to spring him free. Now here's Hillman. He wants the end zone. He throws it to his man, and it's caught for a touchdown. Siler Bauer comes in for the touchdown. Brings this one within 1 extra point to tie it for Lakeland.
And there's a little bit of that balance that we saw week 1 versus Bonners Ferry. They did it on the ground through the QB run game. I think that Lakeland's starting to find their rhythm on offense here.
Parker Sterling comes out to tie this game up. Snaps good, holds good. The kick is through, and we are tied up with 1:29 left. A great drive spanning 51 yards there for Lakeland. And that ties us up 7-7. Siler Bauer on the crossing route right in the end zone. Hillman eyeing him down the whole time. Perfect ball. Defender in a good position, but Siler Bauer just a step ahead of him. Makes the catch and ties this ball game up.
I've really been impressed, with the multitude of players that have been involved in this last series, between Cash and Tamani, Jace Taylor, Siler Bauer finishes it off for them. They're really doing it with multiple guys, and there's not just one individual that's running the show out here tonight.
Tonight's coverage of high school football on SWX brought to you in part by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest. Game day grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best. Seems like we've been calling the same couple guys on both sides of the ball. Siler Bauer made a couple good defensive plays, and then we just call his name there on the offensive side. And then you had Cade Flederman for Lake City, the middle linebacker, and then comes in, takes a couple snaps at running back. Just got some guys on both sides that can do it all.
Let's see if they go with their pooch again. They're going to kick it down the field.
They go deep. Lake City catches it at the 5-yard line. Wants to go weak side, but a great open field tackle from Lakeland's Broxton Lukey coming down the field. Tackles him inside the 20 And now just a minute 23 left. Lake City's got a long way to go if they want to try and get points here before the half.
Yeah, you said it best there, Grady. Great open field tackle. Doesn't give him any, room to run there. Going to be a long field for the Wolfpack to get down here and score before halftime.
So we'll see what Britton Johnston and the Lake City offense can do as they trot out here. A minute 23 to work with here in the second quarter. For half, ball at their own 17-yard line. Johnson, 3 receivers to his left. Takes the snap, looks that way, steps up in the pocket, going deep, but Jace Taylor looks to be eyeing it, and I think it might have slipped through his hands, and it did. He was right in position. The receiver there, Caden Toney, couldn't see it. Taylor was eyeing that one the whole time, but it just slips through his hands.
Yeah, we'll see it again. Just airing it out to the field side. That ball is up there for such a long time. I would like to see, something a little bit closer to the middle of the field or the boundary side. But, yeah, it looks like it slipped out of his hands there.
Lakeland stands calling for an offensive pass interference there. Caden Toney had quite a bit of jersey from Jace Taylor there. But no call, and it'll bring up second down from inside the Lake City 20. Same formation. Britton Johnston in the shotgun takes the snap. This time he's going to hand off. Shutter shake there, but Will Peed is there to make the tackle immediately, and it's going to be a loss of 1. A minute 5 left. Lakeland has some timeouts. See if they want to use them, and they will. Lakeland takes the timeout, trying to preserve some clock here. 56 seconds left in the second quarter. Now you got a 3rd down and 11. I mean, talk through here. If you're Lake City, obviously, ideally you want to pick up the first down, but I really feel like you got to force Lakeland to take their final timeout.
Yeah, I think you got to keep it on the ground here. Haven't had a ton of success. Go into halftime tied up here. But if we throw an incompletion pass, give the ball back to them with a timeout, that provides a lot of opportunities to maybe come down and kick a short field goal or give the offense of Lakeland a chance to score instead of just going into this and regrouping at halftime.
Momentum in the second quarter has been with the Lakeland Hawks. They get a stop, they get the touchdown. Now they got Lake City on the ropes once again. 3rd down and 11 as the teams come back out onto the field. They need the 29 to keep this drive alive. A minute and 5 seconds left. Lake City is out of timeouts. Lakeland with 1 remaining. And it's Johnston. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Running back behind him. Needs 11 yards. Scans the field, pre-snap. Claps the hands, takes the ball, pressure with him, steps up in the pocket. Looks like he's going to run for it. He will. Looks like he's got the edge, and he gets out of bounds. The perfect play, heads up there, gets out of bounds at the 30. Just enough for the first down, and it stops the clock.
Yeah, great job by Johnston to keep the drive alive and his offense out on the field here.
Under a minute to go, 57 ticks on the clock here as Lake City gets it up to the 30. 1st down and 10. They bring Cade Flutterman back off the field after running him out there. This is probably the longest huddle we've seen from Lake City as they get this play call dialed in here. Going to go trips left once again.
Yeah, they're definitely cooking up something.
It looked like they were pretty confused there. It looks like we might have a delay of game penalty. And that is what is called. It's a delay of game. Even when they broke the huddle, Johnston was still moving his running back to the other side behind him. Looked like not everybody was fully prepared for what they were going there, so they back him up to the 25 now. It's 1st and 15.
Yeah, they should all be on the same page now.
Same formation, trips left. Split receiver to his right. Steps up in the pocket. Johnson is ripped down. And it's a sack, 99. Jack Steinborn, the sophomore, comes in and brings him down all the way back at the 20-yard line. And now that'll bring up a 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, and it's hard to see. We don't have a play clock in view, so I'm not sure how much time we got in between snaps here for the quarterback to get off the ball.
25 seconds left. Going to probably bleed as much of this as they can. Johnson, snap, handoff, hit immediately and wrapped up. Ike Johnson swarmed by a pack of Hawks there. And with just 5 ticks left, we'll see if Lakeland's going to let this one roll to the end of the half, and I believe they will. So that is the first half, 7-7, both teams with one productive offensive drive finding pay dirt, and we're tied up at halftime. Halftime coming up here as the Lakeland Hawks and Lake City Wolves are knotted at 7 apiece. Week 1 for Lake City, second week for Lakeland. Welcome to halftime here on SWX, brought to you by Community Colleges of Spokane, an education designed with life in mind. All tied up here at the break, 7-7. Lake City gets on the board first. Lakeland answers right before the half. And although the offenses have both found the end zone, it seems like this has been a tale of the defenses, both with a couple stops early on. The offense is just grinding out drives, both of them long drives to finally score. Lake City gets on the board first, Cole, but like you said, it was not necessarily a pretty way to get there.
Yeah, definitely not the most pretty. There's only been a handful of possessions by either team on offense. These drives have been lasting 6, 7, even 8 minutes. They're making each team really, really work for it, and these defenses have stayed on the field for a long time.
Yeah, the highlight there, Ryan Salisbury brings that one in. The tight end just slipped out there for the touchdown. Lakeland, though, they come back with a long drive after being stuffed on the own side of the 12-yard line. They come back and they find their man for the touchdown.
Yeah, great pitch and catch right there by Siler Bauer. Pretty resilient drive by the Hawks. They completed a few fourth down conversions, a lot of third down conversions. They did a good job at, consistently coming back after getting hit in the mouth.
So we're tied up 7-7. We'll talk what these two teams can do to come out with a win in these final 2 quarters when we come back here on SWX. Let's take another look at tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports gaming experience at Northern Quest with Game Day Grub and Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best. Cole, Keys to the Game, turnover battle. Haven't seen either there, but both teams knotted here at 7.
Yeah, definitely knotted up at the moment. I think if one team can flip the field, hasn't been a whole ton of possessions amongst either offense. If you can get a possession back here, that could be the key to breaking this open. Obviously the run game for Lake City has been a little bit more pivotal. They haven't had a ton of success, almost had the interception here to close the half, so I would imagine they're going to come out on the ground again to start the second half. And then for the Lakeland Hawks, the defensive line's done a great job. Those 3 defensive linemen, along with the blitzers, have done a good job at controlling the line of scrimmage. Expect to see quite a bit of that as we move into the second half. And then again, they're going to open up the second half here with the ball, I believe. So if we can get off to a good start, I think that they got a good shot to open this thing up.
Yeah, they're trying to go for the 2-for-1 there. Scored with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first half. Trying to come out and take the lead for the first time all day. Lake City and Lakeland. More halftime coming up after this. High school football on SWX, presented in part by P1 FCU. Are you looking for a free checking account? P1 FCU's Ascend Checking, free checking that you can earn dividends. Open your account at p1fcu.org. Knotted up 7-7 here at halftime. Lake City strikes first. Lakeland comes back and gets one right before the half. They'll get the ball after halftime. And halftime on SWX brought to you by Community Colleges of Spokane, an education designed with life in mind. Second half coming up after the break. High school football on SWX, presented in part by your local McDonald's restaurants. Proud sponsors of the McDonald's Team of the Week, featured every Friday night at 11:15 on NonStop Local KHQ during SWX Overtime, starting in mid-September. The first SWX Overtime will be next Friday as we kick off the Washington high school football season. But Idaho getting started early. Lakeland playing last week, picking up the 41-0 win against Bonners Ferry, looking for the second win of the season here as second half's kicked off. 7-7, Lake City and Lakeland tied up. Cash Lund takes the kick. Another good kick return from Lund. He's across the 40 this time. Even better than the first one as Lund gets up near the 45 and just seems to know how to evade tacklers, pick up his blocks, and he gets the Hawks in good field position here to start the second half.
Yeah, good job by the kickoff return unit. No flags on the field that time to put them in great field position to start this drive.
So Lakeland set up in a good spot, their own 45 to start this drive. They were just on the field, came down, scored with 1 minute and 29 seconds left as they got it to Siler Bauer in the end zone. Now going the other way to start the second half as Hillman comes out to lead the Hawks. Bunch formation. Hillman, snap, little pitch out. It's Cash Lund around the left side. He's across the 50, and then he's ripped down. Good open field tackle there by number 30, Paxton Grant, but a good gain on first down there for the Hawks.
Yeah, giving it to the hot hand. Great return to start it. Haven't really seen that counter action thus far, so keeping the Wolfpack on their toes to start the drive.
Cash Lund just seems like a guy that they want to get the ball to in open space, not necessarily have hit him too much down the field, but a couple screens, they get him that quick pitch pass there as he runs the end around, and then they got him as the kick returner as well, and he's been effective in all of those phases. Second down now, handoff. Goes to Tamani, and another big hit there by Caden Oxenrider makes the stop. Just a short gain. It'll bring up third down and 2 as the ball set on the Lake City 47.
Yeah, nothing going there. Good vice tackle there by the Wolfpack to get him down here. Third and short. They had some success with the quarterback run game here in previous down and distances, so we'll see what they elect to do here if they go back to Tamani.
Yeah, they go back to 2 fullbacks behind him and then a running back, and that's got to be Tamani there taking a step early, and it's going to be a false start on the running back, Griffin Tamani, the junior, and that'll back him up. It's exactly what you don't want to see if you're Lakeland head coach Mike Schroeder, now backed up into a much tougher 3rd and 7.
And part of that, could be Oxenrider has been coming downhill and really violently stopping Tamani at the point of attack. He's looking to get that, head start and went a little early there.
So same formation here on a 3rd down and 7. Back on their own side of the 50. They're going to hand it off to Tamani again. And there is Oxenrider, but he slips through the tackle, gets close to the first down. Tamani going to be marked at the 47. It's going to be 4th down and 2. And you got to assume they're going to go for this one. They bring in a couple extra receivers now here on 4th down. Normally sure-handed tackle there from Oxenrider, but Tamani gets his head down, kind of slips under the tackle, picks up a few extra yards. And now the Hawks will go for it.
Yeah, a little confusion amongst the huddle at the moment. We'll see if they can get this off in time.
Hillman gets it off. Looking for Jace Taylor. Gets it out of bounds at the 39, and it is a first down. Big hit there from Dayton Fletcher, number 10 for Lake City. But those were the 2 guys, Taylor and Hillman, who looked to be out of sync there. But Hillman still finds Taylor to move the chains. Good hit there from Dayton Fletcher, but not in time as he gets across the 40 down to the 38, and it's a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 for Lake City. 9.5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Tie game 7-7. 3 receivers right for Hillman. Running back split off to the right as well. Hillman looking right, wants to go deep, got a man. It's Cash Lund. He brings it in. He stays on his feet across the 5, and he's down to the goal line. Going to be marked down at the 1-yard line A perfect ball there on what looked like an out and up from Cash Lund. Hillman hits him right on the money, and first down and goal for Lakeland.
Yeah, that was a great wheel route. Hillman did a great job making sure that the safety went with the post player. Otherwise, he would have been wide open down the middle, but delivers a strike up the sideline to put his team in great field position.
Now on the edge, Lakeland going to potentially lean here. They go heavy set, going to lean on the offense. It's a QB sneak. Hillman gets the push from behind, and he appears to be across the goal line, and he is. Touchdown, Lakeland Hawks. Peyton Hillman keeps it himself. And for the offensive struggles in the first half, they made that one look easy. They convert on the fourth down. Big play to Cash Lund to set up the QB keeper, and Hillman puts his team up.
Yeah, good start there by the Hawks to get on the board.
Extra point, a little squib kick there, but it's got enough height. It goes through. It's 14-7. The Lakeland Hawks on top. The first drive of the second half results in a touchdown. Lake City going to look to respond, but just a great offensive drive there. They showed they could do it all. They pick up a couple first downs on the run. They get the ball to Cash Lund in open space. Then right as soon as I say that they've been working on getting him the ball quickly at the line of scrimmage, they go deep to Cash Lund. The big gainer gets him down to the goal line. Hillman punches it in, and Lakeland goes on top.
Talk about a resilient team here. I mean, you get a 4th and 1, a 3rd and long. You know, they're not shy to really step up to the bar here, you know, and convert on tough down and distances.
Got more SWX action next Friday night. More high school football. We head to Gonzaga Prep as the Bullpups take on the Ridgeline Falcons in week 1. Our coverage starts at 7 p.m. It's high school football live next Friday night only on SWX, your home for local sports. Got a good one here as well in North Idaho. 14-7, Lakeland takes their first lead of the game. 14 unanswered points now for Lakeland. They score with under 2 minutes left, and then immediately here in just a couple minutes into the third quarter. And now Lake City kind of finds themselves on the heels after a 7-0 lead. They got to go down, score a touchdown here to respond and tie this game up.
We'll see if they go with that pooch kick off to the right or if he kicks it down the field.
A little short. This one caught at the 10 by Lake City. Trying to set up a good return across the 30, across the 35, and finally drugged down. It's a good return there from Lake City's number 34, Chase Young. The junior receiver catches that one, gets him up in decent field position at the 35. That's where they will start as Britton Johnston heads back out.
Yeah, Lukley got him by the shoestring there. Otherwise, he could have been gone and off to the races.
Johnston out there with Flederman as his tailback. Bunch formation here again for Lake City. Takes the snap, hands off to Flederman. Flederman picking up a little steam, tries to shed a tackle, but is unable to as Lakeland right there to make the stop after just a gain of 2. Sardina, number 30, on the stop there for Lakeland. Lake City having a tough time moving the ball here after that initial score. Wondering if they're going to, maybe look to go back to the pass.
Yeah, they've had some success. We'll see what they elect to do here.
Send a man in motion. It's another handoff. This one to Flederman. He's running hard. Stays on his feet now. The Hawks come and rally and tackle him. But it's a good gain there on second down. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 as Flederman seemed to hit the hole with some aggression there. Gets his team across the 40, out to the 43, and they need the 45 for a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, let's see if Johnston will roll out here on this 3rd and short. He's had some success, getting the first down, moving the chains with his legs. I'd like to see him roll out here maybe to the field side on a short pass or get the first down with his legs.
Yeah, it seems like he's been more comfortable even when he's been on the rollout. They rolled him out to the weak side of his body there. He threw across his body, picked up a first down earlier in the game. They go to the line quickly. Looks like they need to get this one off. Don't know if they got set. Flag does come out. Throws it out to Levesque. It's incomplete. We'll see if we have a false start or what the call is here, but it did not seem like they were all set there and ready for that play where the Wolves.
Yeah, might get an illegal formation here. Didn't look like both receivers were set on the line of scrimmage.
Refs talking it over. Going over to Schroeder, seeing if he wants to decline it, take 4th down and 2, or if he wants to enforce it. That penalty is declined from Schroeder, brings up a 4th down and 2. Johnston walking over towards the sideline, but he's going to talk to his coach, and he quickly turns around and heads back out there. Looks like Lake City is going to go for it on their own side of the 45. Ball at the 43, need 2 yards for the 1st down.
Yeah, the assistant coaches, Dan Dixon and Scott Evans, are getting their defense jacked up here on the sidelines, jumping up and down, trying to encourage this defense to hold them within their own territory.
And the Hawks have had good penetration here early with their defense, and now a timeout from Lake City as they want to talk this one over. And if you are Lake City, like you said, you've had some success when you've rolled out Britt Johnson. Is that what you see, maybe what you want to do in this situation on 4th down?
Yeah, I think, he's got to get up to the line of scrimmage here and identify what they're going to, come at him with. I could see them definitely manning up and bringing the entire house on a blitz. They haven't had a ton of success through the air, so I can't imagine that they're going to sit back and allow Johnston to make something happen. I think they're going to heat him up here on 4th and 2.
Yeah, Lakeland has been bringing pressure all game long, has been getting home to the quarterback. Johnston's been doing a good job to evade it, get the ball off just in time before he gets hit. But as they bring the offense back out, got one receiver split out to the left. Lake City with some dialogue there as they weren't super sure maybe on the play call, but now Johnson comes under center, gets up there quickly, see if they want to draw him off sides, but they snap it. Play action, leaks it out and throws it wide open, caught, and it's a big 1st down pickup as that one is caught by number 10, Dayton Fletcher. The linebacker comes in on offense there, leaks out of the backfield after a little chip block. He's wide open, nobody picks him up, and it's a 1st down for Lake City.
They've had a lot of success with that similar kind of route when they scored their first touchdown. Pack the box, leak a tight end out to the corner there. Seems to be their go-to in short down and distances.
Difficult when you're playing defensive line there. You want to get to the quarterback and you don't realize that the guy that you were trying to get past ends up running a route there. They hand it off to Cade Flederman. He's down to the 40-yard line. Good gain there of 7 yards on 1st down, brings them a short 2nd down and 3. And Lake City offense now got a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, it's interesting too. Obviously, these coaches aren't scared to go for it on 4th down. We saw Lakeland convert to go down and score, and then right there you see the Wolfpack come back on a 4th and 2 convert. Let's see if they can punch it in and tie this game up at 14.
Ball at the 40, just over 6 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Johnston takes the handoff, and immediately thrown to the ground is Ike Johnson. That's Flederman still in there at running back. A great defensive play there from the Lakeland Hawks in there quickly, and it's a loss, brings up a 3rd down and 6. Emmett Rivadeniera, the freshman, in for that play, gets a tackle for loss. So it's a 3rd down and 6. They need the 37-yard line. Johnson takes the snap, turns around, almost hit. It gets it off to Levesque. Levesque tackled by Cash Lund. Ball at the 39. It's going to be another 4th down and 2. And you've done it once. Got to assume they're going to go for it again here on 4th down.
Yeah, Cash Lund did a good job shoring up that tackle there, stopping him short of the line to gain. But good job by the Wolfpack. Obviously, when they look at that, thinking maybe 2 down yardage, especially when they're going for it on their side of the field. So we'll see if they stay on the ground here or if they leak out one of these tight ends under center.
You got number 30, Paxton Grant, the tight end here on the far right side of the formation. Under center, fullback and a running back. They're going to hand it off. Good sidestep by Flederman, but he's sticked. It's going to depend on the spot. Lakeland thinks they stopped him. The spot looks that way as well, and it is a turnover. Lakeland gets the stop, the handoff. Not enough there as the Hawks turn him away. They'll get the ball back They're up 7 points, and they got the ball. 4:39 left in the third quarter. The Hawks trying to add to their lead after the big defensive stop on 4th down. Today's presentation of high school football on SWX brought to you in part by Inner Demon Motorsports, located in Hayden, Idaho. Inner Demon Sports, powered by Heatercraft, will keep you warm in your UTV or boat all year round. Lakeland with the big stop, the combo effort from Sardina and Will P to come in there and shut that offensive drive down, and the Lakeland Hawks take the ball back. 1st down and 10. Peyton Hillman back on offense. It's another quick pass. This one just dropped off to Jace Taylor. Puts his head down as they head out of bounds. Quick gain there on 1st down across the 45 all the way out to the 47-yard line. And it's 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, I don't know if they're scripting these plays, but that's exactly the first play they started off with on the initial series. Had a lot of success, but need to continue to convert as they had to come up on a big 4th down in the last series to keep the drive going.
Lakeland finds himself here right near midfield after just one play. One receiver split out each side. Hillman under center. Play action, looks right, wants the deep ball, but instead he's just going to eat the sack as Lake City comes way in the backfield. Kason Knopf, the junior linebacker, gets in the backfield, backs them all the way to their inside their own 40, and now they're back to a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Carter Enderbretson, the corner up top, did a great job at being sticky on his guy there. Didn't allow any opportunity to get the ball out and throw it to the receiver up top.
Kason Knopf with a great tackle there to bring Hillman down and force a long 3rd down now from their own 39. Hillman coming back out to give the play call. 3 receivers split out to the left. Cash Lund, Jace Taylor, and Jaron Yeager. Hillman takes a snap. Receivers are left. He looks that way. Goes deep. He's got his guy Cash Lund, but right there with a great hand, one-handed deflection is Liam McFarland, the senior on Lake City. He's fired up about that one. 4th down and 10, and Lakeland will punt.
Yeah, didn't catch him off guard there. Knew that they had him in a good down and distance. Didn't bite on it. Stayed back there around that 15-yard marker and batted down the ball.
Put one hand up there. Liam McFarland did to for sure punch the ball out. Thought he might go up there with 2, try and make the grab. Had that one spied the whole time. So out comes Peyton Hillman, is also the punter for Lakeland. Sets up nicely for any fake punt opportunities, but they're on their own 40, 4th down and 10. They send the gunner out. Hillman takes the snap. Kick is off. It's a booming punt. Sends Jacob Hill back. He catches it. Fair catch at his own 26-yard line. That is where Lake City will set up here for their second drive of the second half. Good defensive stop there from both teams after the initial touchdown from Lakeland, and it's 14-7. The Hawks on top. Lake City showing a little bit more promise there at the beginning of the third quarter there on offense.
Yeah, I mean, both teams Lakeland forced a turnover on downs on the previous series. The defenses are trying to, really find their rhythm in here as we approach the fourth quarter.
Here's Britton Johnson, sends his man in motion, then hands it off up the middle. Good hole there for Flederman, and a flag comes in late from the back judge. See what the call is. Initial gain of 3 as the refs talk it over. Personal foul, a face mask on the defense, and that will set up Lake City 15-yard penalty. Take the yards any way you can get them.
Yeah, it's been a pretty clean second half. I know that they started off the game jumping off sides and had a pretty big penalty earlier in the first quarter. So we'll see, if the Wolfpack can get them off track here.
You can see right there, great shot from our camera crew there. The hand clearly goes on the face mask of Flederman to bring him down. Judge sees it, throws the flag, and they're out to the 45, first down and 10 for Lake City. 2 receivers right. That's the way that Johnson's looking. Immediate pressure for him. He's got a scramble, running out of room, and is just going to toss it to the sideline. Out of bounds, smart play there to get rid of it. Was getting chased down by number 48, Emmett Rivadeneira. Once again, made the big play on the last drive, and that time flushes Johnson out of the pocket.
Yeah, this defensive line's doing a great job at getting him off his mark. He's retreating 10, 15 yards on these play-action passes and just has no shot to ever develop any timing with his receivers when he's that far back across the line of scrimmage.
I mean, the ball's at the 45. He ran out of bounds at his own 30 there when he finally tossed that one out as they're chasing him back. 3 receivers left here on 2nd and 10. Johnston hands it off, but immediately in the backfield are the Lakeland Hawks, and who else? Once again, Emmett Rivadeneira is back there again. The freshman making his presence known, and he gets the tackle for loss, and now it's 3rd down and 12 for the Wolves.
Yeah, they haven't had a ton of great opportunities on 3rd and 12 here. Haven't been shy to go for it on 4th down. I'm curious to see if they're going to try to air it out past that 1st down marker, or if they're in 2-down territory here, being behind 7 points.
You're wondering if they just need to get a chunk here so it's a manageable 4th down attempt, but they are on their own side of the field. Low snap. Johnston fields it. Now scrambled out of the pocket, and he's going to throw it wide open. Got his man Jacob Hill down across the opponent's 40, down inside the 35. And it's a big gainer as Jacob Hill brings him inside down to the 33. They pick up the 1st down, and it's one they needed badly. Now they're going to go quick. All the way to the line before the chains are even set. Play action. Wants the deep ball. Jacob Hill's wide open. He catches it, and he waltzes into the end zone. Lakeland caught off guard there. The chain crew wasn't ready, but the Wolves were. The touchdown, the flag gets thrown in the end zone, maybe for a celebration, but Jacob Hill runs wide open all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, they just caught him completely off guard there. A hurry-up play. The defensive linemen were still running back, getting set. Play's going to stand an excessive celebration by the wide receiver there, but quick 2-play drive to score and knotted up here at 14-14 or 13-14.
Offensive, the pass attack not doing a ton here early on. I think when Jacob Hill finally, sees wide open, his eyes get really big there. He's going to celebrate maybe a little bit too much there, gets the flag for it. I think they're talking to Coach Schroeder as if they want to make him kick this extra point from 15 yards back, which would make it pretty difficult, or if they want to enforce it on the kickoff. Either way, Lakeland takes a bit of an advantage as Cash Lundis had some good kick returns as well.
Yeah, they're going to push him back here and try to stay ahead. This is where having a little bit more discipline there. We'll see if this kicker's got enough leg to get it, across the field goal post here. But it's going to be a long PAT attempt.
2:06 left in the 3rd quarter. This to tie it up. The ball will be resting on the 25, so it'll be a 35-yard field goal. That's where the holder, and it is Jacob Hill who had just scored that touchdown. He's the holder here as the ball's on the 20. Snap, hold is good. Kick is on the way. Has enough distance and it's no good. It looks like that one was pushed right, and Jacob Hill, after scoring the touchdown, the unsportsmanlike conduct, extra point is no good, so Lakeland holds on to their 1-point lead. It's 14-13. The Hawks still on top, and they will get back. Let's take one more look here. Play action from Johnston, and just wide open as Jacob Hill waltzes into the end zone.
Yeah, great job by Hill converting on that previous third down as well. Johnston's doing a great job at keeping the play alive, creating that scramble drill, and allowing his receivers enough time to get open and keep moving the chains forward.
Good job there from Johnston, staying in the pocket right there. You saw on that replay, Cash Lund buried him into the ground as soon as he let go of that ball, but it was a perfect throw. Hill just runs right under it, catches it in the end zone for the score. But the extra point is no good, and now it's 14-13. The Hawks retain their slim lead here, and they'll get the ball back. Cash Lund is back to return. And for Lake City, it's going to be Caden Oxenrider on the kickoff.
Cash has had a ton of success returning kickoffs thus far. We'll see if they elect to go to him again.
They do. This one's deep, though. He catches it on his own 4-yard line, but Lund now up across the 20, right up the middle across the 30. Looked like he had an open lane, but it's a good tackle from the Wolves. Chop him down there at the 35. And that is where Lakeland will start with it. Exactly 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. If you're Lakeland now, the last couple drives, they were backed up there. They had the penalty, and then they had to punt. Or not a penalty, they got sacked there deep, pushed them to a deep third down, weren't able to convert, got it right back. What do you think they're looking to go to here, kind of get the momentum going back on offense?
Well, they've had a ton of success with that counter play to start it off. We'll see if they go back to that once again. But I would imagine that between Taylor and Tamani, they're going to keep this ball on the ground there and try to chew up some clock.
So it's Peyton Hillman. Split left to him is Peyton Sardina. 3 receivers to the left. Snap, quick handoff to Sardina, but he's met in the backfield by a whole bunch of Wolves. All there to make the tackle. It's going to be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second down for Lakeland.
Yeah, nothing going there. The defensive lineman for Lake City, number 99, Mackin Blommer, was able to hold the edge and allow the Wolfpack to rally to the ball.
So second down and 12. They need the 44 to pick up a first down. As Lakeland may look to go to the air here. Hillman in the shotgun, takes the snap, does look left, throws the out route to Cash Lund. He spins inside, sheds one tackle, sheds another, gets around the edge, and he's bumped out at the 45. It's enough for the first down. Lund makes 3 defenders miss there as he's just slippery enough to get there and move the chains.
Yeah, this is all effort right here. Catches the ball short of the first down, makes the first defender miss, 2 and 3. Great effort there to get across the first down.
Oxenrider, normally the sure-handed tackle, as Hillman gets this one out. It's caught. He's got blockers in front of him and almost off to the races, but a shoestring tackle from Joseph Gallagher, the only thing that kept Jaron Yeager from running 35 more yards all the way to the end zone. First time we've called Yeager's name, but it's still a catch, a big gain, and a first down to the 35 as the Lakeland Hawks are moving the ball.
Yeah, a little misdirection screen right there. Again, there's a lot of individuals for this Hawks offense that are participating and bringing great value to the team.
Ball at the 35. First down and 10, just 29 clicks left in the third quarter. Hillman, quick throw out, it's low, and it's incomplete to Jace Taylor. A couple Lake City defenders were there anyway, but it's incomplete, and it'll bring up second down and 10. Lakeland looked like they were running similar screen there to the split side. That one a bubble screen to Jace Taylor. Just unable to corral it. Hillman's throw just a little bit low. And now they face second and 10 from the Lake City 35. So it is Hillman. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Takes the snap, drops back. Quick throw to the left. Caught on the ground, Jace Taylor. Brings in another one down to the 26-yard line. And it'll be a 3rd down and 1 for the Hawks.
Great timing by the quarterback and receiver right there. You know, they must be working a lot in the offseason. That timing's good. The offensive line's doing a great job of protecting the quarterback and allowing him enough time to get that ball off to his receiver.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. 4th quarter action with the Lakeland Hawks a 1-point lead over Lake City. 4th quarter coming your way here on SWX. High school football on SWX, sponsored in part by Pella Windows, your local windows and doors experts to help make life brighter. And Dr. C Family Dentistry, complete care for every smile at every stage. Lakeland Hawks coming out here for a 3rd down and 1. They punch it in from the 1-yard line here with the QB sneak. We'll see if they do it again. Hillman does appear to be under center. As we start the 4th quarter, Hillman waits. He's going to take the snap. It is a QB sneak. He's pushed right across the 1st down line, and nothing Lake City can do to stop that one. It's a gain of 2, and it's enough to move the chains. Fresh set of downs inside the 25 now. 1-point lead as Lakeland has a 1st down and 10. Hillman jogging back out here. And Hillman, a big quarterback, like you had mentioned earlier, just able to use that frame when they're at the goal line and then there pick up the quick 1st down.
Yeah, that tush push has been good within 1 to 2 yards for him.
3 running backs in the back. Hillman quick handoff to Sardina, but he's driven back. A great defensive play there from Dayton Fletcher. Looked like he was shot out of a can, and he's fired up. Has a couple extra words for the Lakeland Hawks there as well, as he comes down quickly, picks up the leg of Sardina and just drives it back.
Yeah, it looked like Fletcher wanted to carry him all the way back to his own end zone. Great form tackle to get the guys, the running back's legs off the ground.
It's a loss of 1, brings up a 2nd down and 11. Fletcher fired up, standing over a little bit after making the tackle. And the ball back now to the 25, 2nd down and 11. Hillman takes the snap. Looks right, wants to throw right, looking end zone. Seiler Bauer there, and 2 flags quickly come out. Bauer throws his hands in the air, and you're going to have a pass interference call.
Great job by Seiler here understands that that ball's maybe a little underthrown, and instead of really trying to allow that safety to get in good position, slows his body momentum down and allows the pass interference call to be easily marked off there for him.
Yeah, it's Carter Engebretson who's going to be called there. Ball's maybe a little bit underthrown, so as Bauer, as you see right there, tries to go back to it, all that he can do, Engebretson, is throw his hands up, but Bauer runs into him, and it's going to pick up the first down. Ball moves half the distance to the goal now at the 12-yard line. They could pick up a first down if they get it inside the 2, but they want more than that here as Hillman takes the snap from the 12. Quick pitch out. Jace Taylor now around the end. Absorbs the hit from Flederman. Flederman throws his shoulder into him, but Taylor spins off it, picks up a couple extra yards, and he's down to the 6.
It looks like Oxenmeyer thought he might have got the ball out there. See if we can see it on a replay here.
Oxenreider's been all over the field today. Jace Taylor spun off that tackle. You do see a lot of time players spin. They start to lead that elbow up a little bit. Ball can fly out more often. But Hillman's right back to the line. Takes the snap, looks left, fade route, got his man, hauls it in, hangs on to it, and it's a touchdown for the Lakeland Hawks. Jaron Yeager goes up and makes the grab, and Lakeland opens up a 20-13 lead. Extra point to extend the lead to 8.
Another really well-timed throw, pitch and catch there. That's right where you want to be. Great timing by the receiver to go up there and grab the ball at its highest point.
Kick is on its way and through, as the kicker, Parker Sterling, knocks that one through, makes it an 8-point game. Still one possession. Lake City going to need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in order to tie this one up. Now also a player on Lake City cramping down near the goal line, but they pick him up and we're ready to keep going. But a great offensive play right there. Yeager takes the 6'4 frame, goes up, makes the grab over the Lake City defender. Liam McFarland is there, but just a better offensive play there from Yeager as he scores his first touchdown of this young season.
Great defense, too. You know, the receiver just goes up and gets it, controls the ball, stayed strong through the point of contact to bring it down there and throw up 7 points for the Hawks to make it a 21-13 lead.
So the Hawks will go back out on defense, trying to preserve this 8-point lead. Britton Johnston and the offense going to need something like they had last drive. 2 big plays, 2 chunk plays to get them from just inside the 45 all the way into the end zone. But the missed extra point after the unsportsmanlike conduct on Lake City gave Lakeland a 1-point lead. Then they responded with a touchdown of their own. And that's the tale of the game. 21-13, the Hawks find themselves on top. 9:51 to go here in this fourth quarter. And it seems like as soon as one offense picks it up, the other one does the same.
Yeah, totally. They seem to be feeding off one another. So we'll see if the Wolfpack can get back on schedule here, and if Johnston can punch him across the goal line.
Kick fielded by Caden Toney at the 5. He's out across the 15 to the 20, running out of real estate and drugged down, pushed out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So that's where Lake City will start on their drive, trying to come back here and tie this game up. Lakeland has won the last 2 matchups between these two teams. Lakeland's 5A, Lake City is 6A. Last year, Lakeland finishing in the semifinals. Lake City going 4-6, not making the playoffs. But Lake City in this game always been a tough one. Talked to Jacob Hill earlier this week. He said every one of these games that they've lost to Lakeland the last couple years have been self-inflicted wounds and just a little bit, just a little too short to able to come out with the win. See if they can come out here with a game-tying drive as they start it from their own 23. Snap goes to Johnston, quickly looks left, now throws right. It's out to Levesque. Levesque wrapped up quickly and drugged down there by number 9. It's Nate Bavacqua on the stop for the Hawks.
Yeah, great rally tackle by Blavaka did a good job at rallying right over the ball to start the snap all the way out there to the outside of the field.
Good job there by Siler Bauer as well, turning the receiver back inside, allowing Bavakwa to get out there and make the tackle. So 2nd down and 9 for Lake City. Motion man goes across. Now the handoff, and immediately hit is Flederman. Gang tackle from the Hawks, and whistle dead, never brought down, but forward momentum is stopped, and it's a loss of 1.
Yeah, the Hawks were trying to rip it out there. The ball seemed like it got a little loose there when they had him wrapped up there between about 3 or 4 defenders.
So now a 3rd down and 10 from their own 23-yard line. They need the 33 to pick up a 1st down. Do the Lake City Wolves. Johnston, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Running back behind him. Takes the snap. Looks left. Throws left. Got a man. Running down the field. It's caught by number 4, Preston Beamsdorfer. And no one's going to catch him. The answer from the Lake City Wolves in the form of a 70-yard touchdown to Beamsdorfer. And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game. Talk about the way to answer.
Yeah, that's an explosive play right there, and that's how the Wolfpack has done it, this whole game. When they scored on their last drive, it was a 2-play, 60-plus yard drive. They've really been taking advantage of these lapses at the secondary, and quickly striking the Hawks and trying to go for it on 2 here to tie up the ball game.
Now what might be the play of the game here, the 2-point conversion. Lake City needs this one to tie it up. They got 3 receivers set close to the left here. No one outright. Johnson now motions a man to the right. He's going to look that way. Now he's retreating back all the way to the 15. Now he scrambles to the right. Going to throw it across his body. It's up in the air. Jacob Hill can't bring it down. A great defensive play from Jace Taylor to just get a hand on it. Turns them away, and the Hawks retain the 21-19 lead.
Yep.
Great stop there on the 2-point conversion, but the touchdown from the Lake City Wolves. Johnston looking at his guy the whole way, gets hit as he lets it go, but Preston Beamsdorfer just outruns everybody. Seemed like a simple go route.
Yeah, definitely just a post route. Quarterback Johnston does a good job waiting, on all of these touchdown passes. He seems to be getting hit right as the ball's leaving his hands. Good job by him to allow that extra half second for his receiver to create separation and go down for a score.
And Johnston fired up, as you can see right there, after the touchdown. The first start for this junior. He's got 3 touchdowns on the day. A really impressive first outing here from Britton Johnson. Got his team right on the cusp here. Down to 8 minutes left. They're going to need another stop from their defense. And like we said, as one offense begins to draw closer, the other one feeds off it. Now we're seeing some big plays. The first half, it was a lot of defense. Now the offense is finally starting to heat up.
Yeah, we've had a competitive battle. Like you said, this is a rivalry, and these two teams tend to play each other really, really tough. It's come down to some of these smaller details, whether it's penalties, celebrations in the end zone. That might be the difference in today's game.
Squib kick now trying to reverse the field. Almost slips out of a tackle across the 30, as that's Lakeland's Broxton Lukey who picks it up as the up man. Ball placed at the 31. That's where Lakeland will start. 8 minutes and 4 seconds to go in this ball game. Lakeland trying to preserve their 21-19 lead. Lake City obviously trying to get a takeaway or a turnover and get the punt, get the ball back for the Wolves offense.
Yeah, we haven't seen a turnover yet. 1 turnover on downs, but I'm sure that these defenders are going to be ripping at the ball, or if they're airing it out, really, really trying to get very aggressive to turn over the ball, get the ball back into the hands of their quarterback, and go down and win this ball game tonight.
So the Hawks offense takes the field, looking for a touchdown to really give themselves some security here in the fourth quarter. They bring both the motion men over, and now Hillman Just going to go design quarterback run. We've seen this one before. He's around the edge at the 30. Quickly up and up-ended there as Carter Engebretson comes quickly, takes out Hillman's legs. Good form tackle.
Yeah, and that's a great play by Engebretson. You know, he's the only defender on that side of the field. Flies in there before the block can get to him and saw off the quarterback's right outside knee.
Yeah, he avoids the block there from Sardina. The running back goes right under it, knocks Hillman down. Still a gain of 3. Now a 2nd down and 7 for Lakeland. Sardina in the backfield. 2 receivers left here for the Hawks. Hillman in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking deep. He got all day to throw. Now finally some pressure. Hillman avoids it. He's going to tuck it and run. Gets knocked out of bounds. And a loss of a couple. And a late flag comes in as Lake City's number 95, Rashawn Young, bumped him there on the sidelines. Looked like it was unintentional, though.
Definitely unintentional. And to your point on the last series, you know, shooting yourself in the foot, that brings up a long 3rd down. This is going to be a 15-yard penalty in a new set.
Looked like Rashawn Young was even surprised at getting the call there as Hillman was stumbling towards the sideline. Would have been a no gain and brought up a 3rd down and long. Instead, the ball is going to be moved all the way up near or right at the 50-yard line. And a fresh set of downs. Just a crushing mistake there for the Wolves. Now going to have to battle down here with 7 minutes and 12 seconds trying to get the ball back.
Yeah, they're going to keep it on the ground here. Maybe look at going to that counter play to Cash Lund. Maybe not here. They're spread out, but I would imagine they're going to keep it on the ground.
Hillman now split receivers both ways. Quick, easy pass. That one goes to Siler Bauer, but a quick tackle there from number 3, Caden Oxenrider, once again with the tackle, gain of 3.
Yeah, nice, easy pitch and catch. Keeps the clock rolling. We got 6:50 left here. Great form tackle by Oxenrider to get the guy down.
Ball almost popped out there as Oxenrider got his helmet right on the football. But Siler Bauer able to retain possession. So it's 2nd down and 7. Now under 6.5 minutes to play here. Lakeland Hawks looking to chew up as much clock as they can. Hillman hands it off. This one to Sardina. Good push from the offensive line. Gets up near the 40, which is what they need for the 1st down. Ball spotted at the 42, and it's going to be 3rd down and about 2.
Yeah, that was a great push by the center and guard there to push that nose tackle back. The Wolfpack's running this 3-4 defense, which has a lot of edge pressure, but they're not quite as stout up the middle with only having 1 nose guard instead of 2 defensive tackles.
So 3rd down and 2, probably a little bit too much here to run the tush push, and you will see they're in the I formation. Assume this one's going to Tamani as they want to probably keep it on the ground, keep chewing up this clock. Hillman under center, takes the snap, does give it to Tamani. Tamani around the edge, around the 40, down to the 34. A great hole, Will Peed, the offensive tackle, motions the 1st down sign there as Tamani untouched until he got past the 1st down marker and is down inside the 35.
Yeah, the defensive line was really pinched there at the line of scrimmage, so good play call there. Great patience by Tamani to kind of let that crease, fold down, get a great running lane up the right-hand side.
1st down from the 34. Keeping the eye on the clock are the Hawks, trying to take every second off that they can. But they still got to pick up a couple more 1st downs. Hillman goes on to their high snap, but he hands it off to Tamani. Tamani able to make the most of it, picks up 3 there before he's chopped down by Lake City.
Yeah, and Hillman's doing a great job. You'll notice, you probably can't see it on the TV, but he's looking at that back judge to put up his hand, which indicates that there's 10 seconds left on the score clock. Really trying to chew up as much time, not allowing the Wolfpack to get the ball back in case they don't go down here and score.
Now under 5 minutes to play here. Hillman jogs out one more time. 2nd down and 7 for the Hawks. Just Hillman and Tamani in the backfield this time. Couple extra tight ends on the field, one receiver each side. Hillman, quick snap, hands it off to Monty. This time he's ripped up in the backfield and brought down. Number 99 for Lake City there, Micaiah Blomer, makes the tackle, backs him up now, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 9 for the Hawks.
So they went to this wheel route a couple times. He likes to throw a fade ball. Not maybe the best time, to throw a fade down here, but we'll see what Hillman dials up on 3rd and 9.
You obviously want to keep the clock moving, but a 1st down is much more valuable than continuing to run the clock here. So they got to do what they can to pick this one up. 3rd down and 9, big play here. Hawks need the 25. Hillman takes the snap. It's a little high. He looks right, looks to throw deep across the middle, and he underthrows his man. He was looking for Broxton Lukey. And there's a penalty marker down around the 50-yard line. 2 penalty markers actually thrown. And it's roughing the passer against the defense. A 15-yard penalty. Another one. It would have been 4th down and 9. The second time this drive that the drive is kept alive. And just a late hit there. And immediately the ref throws the flag.
Yeah, they tried to go to that wheel route again. Cash Lund got knocked down as he was working up the sidelines, so the quarterback Hillman came off of him, goes to his post route, was a little behind him, but fortunately got bailed out by the Wolfpack on the late hit.
Ball was already thrown there, and it would have forced him into a 4th down and 9, but instead now inside the 20, ball at the 18-yard line, and a fresh set of downs, and more importantly, even more time going to be chewed off here by the Lakeland Hawks. Hillman in the shotgun, hands it off to Monty. He's got a lane. He's down inside the 15, down to the 11 as he weaves his way through the Lake City defense, and it's a great 1st down pickup for Lakeland.
Yeah, Tamani did a good job. Fooled me up here in the booth. I thought the quarterback still had the ball when he handed it off there.
Tamani and Sardina have been a great 1-2 punch at running back for the Hawks. Tamani stays in there after that 1st down pickup. Now under 3 minutes to play here. Ball at the 11-yard line. 2 fullbacks in a 3-point stance even as Hillman takes it. Hands off of Hamani, left side, cuts it back inside. He's down inside the 5. Helmet flies off at the end of the play. Tamani gets up, appears to be all right, but he'll have to exit for a play after the helmet comes off.
Let's see if they picked up a 1st down there.
Down to the 6-yard line. It is enough for a 1st down. They drop the chains. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. As just one extra high hit there, and then a little bit of the hands of Caden Oxenrider is what rips off the helmet there. No penalty called, but a 1st down and goal for the Hawks. Lake City backed up here. 2.5 minutes left. Have to get a stop, at least force a field goal. Not enough time on the clock to just take knees here. But Hillman's up to the line quickly, and Lakeland was never set. A couple flags get thrown in quickly there, and they call delay a game on the Hawks.
Yeah, got to be a little bit more aware there. I mean, he's been trying to milk the clock, as close to 0 as he can. Just looked like he lost track of, where he was at, but not the worst thing in the world. Still got a 1st down here at the 11-yard line. Obviously, you want to be closer, but sometimes when you're down here in the red zone, opening up a little bit more field, probably going to stay on the ground, but for the receivers, that can bode well for the Lakeland Hawks.
2:17 left, 2 timeouts for Lake City. Wondering when they choose to start using them, as they want to preserve as much time as they can. They still got to go down and score down 2. Hillman hands it off. This one to Sardina. Big hit down to the 5-yard line. Sardina stays down after that hit by 21, Joseph Gallagher. Sardina jumps up now. Clock does get stopped. And I believe it will be a timeout from Lake City. Could be an injury timeout, though, for Sardina. It was a big hit there. Instead, actually, believe by Mackay and Bloomer, 99. Or actually, that was 95, Rashawn Young, who comes in there and delivers that hit, the left Sardina. A little wobbly when he gets up there. Timeout is taken by Lake City, preserve the clock. 2:09 left in the fourth quarter. Lakeland Hawks still up 2. If you're Lake City, obviously you have to get the stop, but just how much are you ripping that ball is what we're going to talk about when we come back. 21-19, the Lakeland Hawks on top, trying to close this one out against Lake City. 2 minutes to play here on SWX. High school football on SWX presented by Inland Power and Light Company, powering our communities since 1937. First week of SWX high school football, and what a game we have. Peyton Hillman out with two fullbacks behind him, and then he's got Tamani in the backfield. Haven't set the ball yet, and now they will. It's second down and goal from the 6-yard line. Hillman under center, takes the snap. They're going to go QB sneak from the 6. They get a huge push, and he's in. A 6-yard quarterback sneak. Peyton Hillman takes it home, and that one might be enough to do it here. They take a 27-19 lead. Peyton Hillman with another touchdown from the tush push. That one gets a great push from the guys behind him and finds the end zone. Big extra point here to make it a 9-point game. Snap good, hold, kick on the way. It's up, and it's through. It's a 9-point lead for the Lakeland Hawks, 28-19, as they score with 2:04 left, and Lake City gonna need to score and score quickly.
Yeah, gonna need to score, obviously, and then get some help from their kickoff unit, but tush push has been a go-to. You know, they've hit that multiple times. Second score to make it 14-7. Hillman, knocked it across the goal line. A couple fourth downs, third downs, and one. And then right there to kind of put them up 2 scores. Been a very, very good play for the Hawks tonight.
You ever seen a 6-yard quarterback sneak?
I have now.
Incredible push there. Hillman stays on his feet instead of trying to go low and just pick up a couple yards. He stays up high, rides his blockers, gets all the way to the end zone, and now Lakeland can taste the 3rd win in a row against Lake City as they're up 28-19, just over 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Lake City going to need a big return or some quick plays on offense. They had that last time they were out here on offense. Preston Beamster with a 70-yard touchdown. They're going to need something like that quickly to try and get back in this one. Kick coming from Parker Sterling. He goes deep, fielded here by Lake City. Trying to set it up there across the 25. He does have the edge out across the 30. And pushed out of bounds is number 13, Caden Toney, at the 34-yard line. So Lake City will come out needing a quick touchdown, a minute and 57 seconds left here as Britton Johnston comes back out for the Wolves. Johnson, a junior in his first start for Lake City. Had a great game, 3 touchdowns, but he needs another one in a hurry here as he got 2 receivers right, 2 left for Johnston. And immediately we see a couple players move before the ball does. 3 flags fly quickly, and that'll back up Lake City.
Yeah, and if I'm the Lakeland Hawks right here, I'm just giving a ton of cushion, keeping everything in front of me. There's no sense in really dialing up too much pressure. You want to just keep everything in front of you, tackle it inbounds. The Wolfpack only has 1 timeout left before they're out.
Here is Johnston. Snap goes to him. He's looking right. Pressure does come on the edge. He throws it deep. Ball is high in the air. Levesque is there, but unable to haul it in. Defense there from Siler Bauer. Looked like he might have got there a hair early, but no flag thrown. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 15. Johnson unloads on this one. Siler Bauer turns his head just in time. Little hand in front of the face there makes it hard to see there as it's Jacob Hill trying to make the grab, but he's unable to.
Looks like they're giving him some more cushion there. Siler Bauer obviously got beat deep. I don't think he's going to let anything get in front of him.
Johnson now running out of room, has to just throw it up. Levesque tries to get back to the ball, but he's unable to. Pressure again from the Lakeland Hawks, only sending a couple guys there, not dialing it up, but still able to get around the edge and force Johnston to throw it quicker than he wanted to. And now it's 3rd down and 15 for the Wolves.
Yeah, I'd like to see Johnston, pick up 6-7 yards here. I don't think that he necessarily has to get it all back. This is a really, really hard down and distance, but there's been no rhythm. He hasn't got it to anyone. If they can get half or even a third of this, and pick up a little flow here, they might have a chance to convert on 4th down.
Jacob Hill, the only guy not in the huddle here, as he's already lined up at slot. Johnson now comes out. He's got 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. And Lake City forced to take a timeout. The play clock was running down there, and Lake City needs to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here, though. Minute 42 left in this game. And like you said, 6-7 yards potentially that you need, but if you throw it to the middle of the field, the clock's going to continue to run as you have to run up there and go no huddle. Just, are you looking for an out route, something to get out of bounds?
Well, this has been a really, really interesting game from a coaching perspective. Obviously, you burned your last time out there. Coach Schroeder pushed that PAT back to the 35-yard line. There's really been more to it from the coach's perspective on, teaching these players, based off of the situation, how you can improve your hand. But right here, I think Coach Hout just needs to get some sort of positive yardage and get some rhythm. Otherwise, they really don't have a good opportunity here, even with 1:42 left, to go down here and score with 0 timeouts.
Hout looking at the play sheet there, maybe trying to dial something up here on 3rd and 15. They need the 44. Ball sitting at the 29. 3rd down and 15. Minute 42 left. Down 9 points. Britton Johnston takes the snap. Drifting back, and he's just going to have to throw this one away. Again, it's pressure from Will Peed and Jax Steinborn. And now it's do or die time. 4th and 15. You'll assume the Lakeland Hawks going to set a couple guys up right at the 44. Know that nothing can get by him there. And the Wolves here in a tough spot.
Yeah, definitely a tough spot. They're sitting off them so far, dialing up. They brought 1 extra guy there on a pressure. One of their defensive linemen just has to beat, which is what you saw there, to force him, back 10, 15 yards. We'll see what they got here. I would imagine that Jacob Hill might be the target, number 14 on the bottom of our screen here.
Snap goes to Johnson. He's got 3 receivers right. He rolls out that way. He's got to let it go, calling for the receiver to come back. He runs out of time, and he throws it away. As there to knock him out of bounds is Jaron Yeager. He had the touchdown earlier in the game, and he has the hit on Britton Johnston that seals it for the Lakeland Hawks. 1:28 left, but out of timeouts. The Hawks are going to come back out here in victory formation. Jace Taylor knows it. The Lakeland Hawks know it. They're going to start this season 2-0, and more importantly, it's 3 consecutive wins against the Lake City Wolves. Hillman and the offense comes out. They'll be in victory formation here. Gonna have to snap this one, I believe, 3 times. Hillman takes it, takes a knee. You're gonna have to just do that 2 more times as this one wraps up. You said, though, as we see a shot there of Coach Schroeder, just what an impressive job. He said in their first win, it was their effort and the shutout was what he was most proud about the team. We saw the effort clearly here again on both sides of the ball. No shutout, but enough on the defensive side to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, and enough from a well variety or well-balanced team. You know, you saw multiple guys, whether it was Hillman or Lund. You know, there was tons of individuals. Yeager caught that touchdown pass up there. You know, there was tons of individuals that helped contribute to this win tonight, which is exactly what he talked about from that first win.
He had 2 running backs, 5 receivers, all making a catch there. Just an impressive run there. One more kneel there. Lakeland runs off the field, and they get ready for the handshake line. They win this one 28-19, the final score. The Lakeland Hawks win it 17-7 last year, 28-19 this year. An impressive performance throughout the game. But Cole, you had our player of the game, somebody that not only was able to get it done on the ground, but also through the air as well.
Yeah, Hillman did a great job, whether it was the tush push or extending plays. You know, he really set this team up all day. Did a great job in the 4th quarter at managing the clock, eating up, you know, a lot of that precious time, and that's a little bit of what we saw tonight. You know, the Wolfpack looked young. You know, it's a young team, a lot of new faces. I think the experience of the Lakeland Hawks tonight was really kind of what put them over the edge.
Peyton Hillman is the player of the game. Tonight's player of the game presented by Finley Toyota on 3rd Street. If you're looking to score the best deals on your favorite Toyotas, come to Finley. Now, the Hawks, they lost more than 15 seniors last year, but they made a final run last season. Looks like they're not skipping a beat from last season. Come out, another 2-0 start. And just what did you like from, you know, what you saw in them from both sides of the ball?
Yeah, I thought that they were really resilient. You know, we saw a lot of times throughout the course of the game, whether it was 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 4th and 1, you know, these coordinators weren't scared to keep their offenses out on the field, and they had a lot of confidence in their players to convert on these tough down and distances. And then they were a little bit more polished as far as it was a clean game. There wasn't a whole bunch of turnovers. Penalties weren't really a factor for the Hawks tonight. They did a great job at sealing the deal.
And you can see the victory Lakeland Hawks running through their routine. That's going to do it for us here at SWX. We'll be back next Friday when the Gonzaga Prep Bullpups take on the Ridgeline Falcons. Lake City falls in this one. Lakeland with the 28-19 win. Lakeland out to a 2-0 start. Made the semifinals last season. Looking to do it again this year. That'll do it for Cole Carstetter. I'm Grady Glover, our entire SWX crew. Thank you for tuning in.